Welcome everybody to Tom, and in this video we're going to be discussing DLC 3 Ascension and one character specifically, Gersch, and his Gersch cipher from Zetsubou no Shima. Now I have bring up this cipher many times, but I just feel it's important and it has more depth to it, and every single time I read it, I get more theories about it. So the main questions we're going to be asking here is, how is Gersch over Stalingrad? I will explain, don't worry. And which Gersch is this exactly? So first things first, let's start off with reading the cipher. My name is my name. My name? Oh yes, it is Gersch. How long have I been floating? Minutes? Years? Where is now? I guess I can forgive Yuri. I quite like my new form. Where am I now? A city on fire by a river? I know this place. Finally, I am home. Now that is interesting in a whole, but I wanted to actually pay attention to the second half of this where he says, where am I now? A city on fire by a river. I know this place, finally I am home. Now I think we can assume he's talking about Stalingrad, which is DLC 3, at least we can assume from the paper scraps from Shadows of Evil. But the problem is, how did he actually get to Stalingrad or DLC 3? Let me actually just explain Gersch's story before we actually talk about this. So back in Ascensions, where Gersch first made his first debut, and what happened, he was a lead scientist at the Ascension facility with multiple other scientists, but the other important one is Yuri, which he also mentions in that cipher, and I will be talking about the first half of the cipher now. And what happened, there was a Gersch device that was pretty much just made I think an artificial black hole. I think that's what they were going for, but not nearly as powerful as a real black hole. And what happened, Yuri threw a Gersch device at Gersch. He got sucked up into it. I think he was trying to kill Gersch. He could have been trying to do something else. And then from what we can tell from the cipher is that he says that he actually has this new form, and he actually likes his new form, and he can forgive Yuri for doing that to him because he has a much better form, unless it's not better and for some reason he likes less powerful forms, I guess. But let's assume that it's that he has a new, more powerful form. But even after this, all happened in the radios of Ascension. Gersch was still trapped in Ascension because what happened, the Ascension characters went and freed him, fixing the Casimir mechanism. And I actually want to play you a quote from Richtofen when we actually complete the Casimir mechanism Easter egg in Ascension.
Fascinating! Undimensional rift! Goodbye, Gersch! It would have been good to know you!
So as you guys can hear from that quote, Richtofen actually says a dimensional rift, and Gersch travels through it. We know this because he says it would have been nice to know you, Gersch, because he obviously left, and the dimensional rift could probably lead him to a different universe. So maybe this was Ascension World's Gersch, and actually traveled to our 1.0 universe that DLC 3 is going to be in. It would make sense why he's floating over Stalingrad or DLC 3. Of course, that could possibly not be the case, but it's just what I think is happening from actually looking at this whole story. Another idea is that the 1.0 universe is the Ascension universe, which would kind of make sense, but the problem with that is that we always assume that Ascension happened during 1963, whereas Stalingrad was no longer called Stalingrad, or it wasn't on fire. It was on fire because of Stalingrad. It's when Nazis invaded Russia, and that's where the main fight between Nazi Germany and Russia were fought, and that's why the city was completely destroyed and renamed to Volgograd. So it would no longer be Volgograd if it did happen in the 1960s, but who knows what type of powers Gersch got, assuming he did become an ethical being or something like that. But tell me what you guys think about this theory. Is it crazy? Tell me what you guys think. Is it interesting? Anything like that. If there was a flaw, go ahead and tell me down in the comments. If you can add on more to this theory, or if I missed something, go ahead and tell me down in the comments. But if you guys found it informative and helpful, go ahead and thumbs up. And if you want to stay tuned for more zombies or anything Call of Duty related, I'm going to be making a lot of stuff when E3 comes out in about a week's time. And go ahead and subscribe if you want to stay tuned for any of that. I'm planning to make a video on all the character groups that we've played with, and all the Richtofen, Takeo, Dempsey, and Nikolai group characters that we have played with, because believe it or not, we've actually played with multiple different of them, like maybe even 5 or something like that. Go ahead and stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you guys on my next video.